Is this KWA's best ever pistol? Well, let's find out. Introducing the ATP-GT pistol by KWA. If you don't know, KWA are one of the biggest manufacturers of airsoft guns in the world. They're known for superior out-of-the-box performance. Year on year, our most popular selling rifles here at BZ are KWA rifles. But when it comes to pistols, I feel like their game is a little underrated. They have seen some popularity in the pistol department when it comes to the likes of the M93R Raffica that we did unboxing of on this channel, but in general, KWA are mostly known for the rifles. They haven't really had that breakout pistol yet. But could the ATP-GT be about to change that? The GT is the latest release in KWA's own line of pistols, the Adaptive Training Pistol line. If you don't know, KWA are heavily involved with firearms training in the US, and they work a lot with law enforcement. And that's exactly what the ATP is designed for. It's called an Adaptive Training Pistol. This is used for training purposes with firearms officers in the US. So as you can imagine, if a replica's main use is for training purposes, then it needs to be as close to the real thing as possible. And according to KWA, that's exactly what they've done with their latest iteration, the GT. This is their most realistic pistol to date, or so they claim. But what is it about the GT that makes this one of their most promising releases to date? Well, it's got some very impressive features, and it's very, very satisfying to shoot, but more about that later. Now, before we get into the features of the GT, it is worth noting that there is another new version of the ATP, the ATP-Z, which has all the same performance features as the ATP-GT, but just in a different pistol design. But those aren't available yet in the UK. They will be coming soon. So for now, we'll just be talking about the GT itself. So the ATP-GT is designed with training in mind, but of course it can be used for the purposes of airsoft as well. It comes with a 22-round magazine. These are proprietary magazines that they only fit the ATP series of pistols, but we have plenty of stock of these in the UK, so no need to worry about that. This is a new magazine for the GT line, but if you already own an ATP pistol, these are compatible with old ATP magazines as well. So the main talking point about the ATP-GT is what KWA are calling NS3. It's a new technology that they've developed that significantly enhances the recoil of the GT, so it can mimic live firearm shooting as close as possible. So if you're a fan of realistic recoil when it comes to airsoft replica pistols, then the ATP-GT might just be for you. We're going to have to go down to the range in a second to test that out for ourselves. But let's just go over some other features of the GT. It's got an optic plate up top, so you can attach a red dot to it. It's got a Picatinny rail up front, so you can add attachments like tactical flashlights. A new feature of the GT is that it now has toolless hop-up adjustments, so you can easily adjust the hop on the go, even when you're out on the field. No need to bring any tools out with you. It's got front and rear serrations on the slide for improved grip, and it just looks cool as hell. We've got a threaded muzzle up front, so it supports suppressors and tracer units. Good news for all you lefties, the ATP-GT has ambidextrous mag and slide releases. It's got a really nice smooth trigger unit. It's got a really satisfying texture on the grip. It's really nice to hold. I think it's a great looking pistol in itself. It's got some really nice detailing on the slide. Just an overall gorgeous, simple but gorgeous pistol from KWA. Now, while the ATP-GT isn't directly based on any real world firearm, the GT is compatible with a wide range of airsoft holsters. And another one of the main features about the ATP-GT is that it's got a brand new drop-in trigger system. But what does that actually mean? Well, in basic terms, it just offers a crisper, more responsive shooting experience, and it also means that the KWA ATP-GT can be dropped into a carbine kit. Yes, both the ATP-GT and the ATP-Z as well, both come with their own proprietary carbine kits, which I think KWA have done a fantastic job with. And this is what it looks like with the pistol inside. Really easy to install, a gorgeous bit of kit, really satisfying to hold as well. It's really well constructed, actually. You can tell this is a tough bit of kit. As you can see, it's got a foldable stock at the back with a rubber butt plate. But if for whatever reason you don't like the stock that this comes with, it's just got a Picatinny adapter on the back, so you can take this stock off and put whatever stock you like on the back of it. So up top, you've still got the optics plate on the pistol itself, because if you want to use that with a riser or whatever. But on the carbine kit, if you're running the carbine kit, you've now got a Picatinny rail up top for optics as well. You've got a tiny amount of Picatinny rail up front for attachments. You've got a QD mount at the back, and a great feature up front, you've got a spare mag grip as well. So not only does it give you an extra bit of grip, but it's a great handy way of carrying about a spare magazine with you. These are both available now from bztactical.co.uk and from stores all across the UK. The ATP-GT pistol itself is priced at £164.99 currently, and the Carbine Kit is £130. So that all sounds very promising for the ATP-GT. It's got the most realistic recoil system that KWA has ever produced. At least in my opinion, I think it's an absolutely gorgeous little pistol. Do let us know what you think in the comments, guys. It's got plenty of room for attachments on it as well. You can mount it in a Carbine Kit if you want. Great bit of kit. But are there any downsides? Well, in general, this actually performs really well. We're going to go down into our indoor target range in a moment and show you how this thing shoots. But there is one little downside to it. If you're outside of the US, if you're in a cold country like the UK, this isn't the most gas efficient pistol on the market. Obviously, with this being an adaptive training pistol for the US market, this is designed specifically for Californian firearms officers to train with. So as such, it's really designed for warmer weather. So when you're shooting this thing in cold weather, it's not the most gas efficient gun out there, but it still will perform well, but you will be using a lot of gas throughout the day. Now, we're not saying it needs to be an absolute heat wave in order to get the most out of the ATP-GT. In most weather conditions, it's going to be absolutely fine. Obviously, with most gas guns, the warmer it is, the better they tend to perform, which is the same with the GT. But we've been shooting it today. It's about 11 degrees at the time of recording. The sun is in the sky, but it's not exactly the warmest day, but this was still shooting really well. It's very gas efficient. We've got plenty of shots out of it, but if you are running it in the winter, you are going to have to be filling it up throughout the day, really. So just a little note if you are wanting to buy the ATP-GT, but overall, very impressed with this pistol, and we're going to go down to our indoor target range now and show you it in action. Right, it's all well and good KWA saying it's their most realistic recoil yet, but let's put it to the test. I've just stuck a Rebel Precision tactical flashlight on the front there for added flair. Let's turn it on. Ooh, lovely stuff. We've got it loaded with some .2 Rebel BBs, got some V8 gas in there. Let's just give it a try. I don't know if it shows on camera, but the kickback I'm getting from this, compared to every other pistol we've shot on this channel, there's a noticeable difference with the KWA ATP-GT. There's some real kick on that. It's like really wanting to throw my right arm back. That is really realistic. Our cameraman Luca actually does precision rifle shooting, and he's really impressed by the recoil on this thing. That is seriously fun to shoot. It's something I really appreciate about these ATP mags. It's got a really nice wide feed weight all the way through, just like your mum. So it's really nice and easy to load these things. And as well, another great thing about them is, like, obviously if you've got some BBs at the end of the day, you usually have to fire them out, or you have to get a tool to remove them at the top. But because of the nice wide feed weight, you can just literally tip them out in your hand and straight back in your loader. Nice and easy. Right, this wouldn't be an ATP-GT test if we didn't try it in the Carbine Kit as well. Let's give this thing a shoot. That is nice to hold. Getting great performance out of the GT. We've shot this mag like about 4 times in a row now, and even though it's still March, it's still quite cold outside, we are getting a good amount of performance. This is designed for California weather, so the hotter the weather, the better this thing is going to perform. But it's performing like, I'm even surprised at how well it's performing today in this, I think it's 11 degrees outside, but the recoil on this is so satisfying. Even with the Carbine Kit, you can still feel a good shudder on the recoil, but yeah, that is so nice to hold and use. So there it is, the ATP-GT. I was very impressed by this pistol, I will be honest. I'm a big fan of KWA. I think they make some really good products. I have always really liked their pistols as well, even though they're not like the most popular brand for pistols. As I said earlier, they are quite underrated for pistols, and even I Didn't have extremely high expectations for the GT, even though I'm a fan of their products. But when I actually got out and shot the GT, I was so impressed. This is one of the most satisfying shooting experiences of any pistol that I've shot on this channel. The recoil has such a kick for such a small gun. You really feel it. I really felt a jolt in my right arm as I was shooting this thing. My right shoulder is a little bit sore. That could just be because I'm 30 and I'm falling apart and I'm running on Monster Energy drinks. But yeah, if you are looking for the most gas efficient pistol on the market, then the GT might not be the pistol for you. But if you are just looking for a great pistol that is going to be absolutely fantastic most of the year, especially in the summer, and you just want that realistic firearm experience, then honestly, the GT is a fantastic option. Again, I don't know if this actually came across on the footage that we shot in the range, but the recoil on this thing is absolutely superb. KWA's claims of it being the most realistic recoil they've ever produced is absolutely true. It's actually some of the best recoil I've ever experienced on any airsoft gun. So if you ever get a chance to try out an ATP-GT, we would highly recommend it. So what do you think of the GT, guys? Has this impressed you? What do you think of it in the Carbine kit as well? Do let us know, as always, in the comments what you thought and what you'd like to see us review next. Personally, just doing this video, it's made me actually want a GT. I'm really blown away by it, but we always want to know what you guys think as well. Also, just on a personal note, we have been slightly behind on our usual posting schedule here on the BZ YouTube channel lately, but things will go back to normal. We'll be going back to 2 videos a week every Monday and Friday. But recently, our cameraman and editor Luca has been working on the end of his apprenticeship, so hopefully within the next few weeks he'll be a fully qualified member of the team. We just want to thank you all as well for the support so far. We're coming up on about a year since we posted our first YouTube video. We're still learning along the way. We've still got a lot to learn, in fact, but we appreciate the fact we've nearly got 5,000 subscribers on here. We've just surpassed 100,000 followers on TikTok, which is absolutely insane. We can't believe how much BZ has grown over the last few years. So thank you all so much for watching and supporting us. You can shop online at bztactical.co.uk or visit us in store in Teesside, North East England. Remember to like this video, subscribe to BZ for more airsoft content, and as always, thank you for watching, guys.